like glowing. If you're getting them, I'm getting them.
Hi, hello, and welcome to The Bookish Life.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Tori. And in this episode, we're chatting what we think is going to be on the Goodreads Choice Awards for romance.
Do you have 20? I don't know if you pulled 20. It's a top 20.
I think
so.
I did 18, I think. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, 17. Close enough.
I have 20 plus 1 that I don't know what category they'll put it in. So.
Okay.
Well, because they have the romantasy category, and I'm assuming they're going to do it again. So.
Yeah, so I didn't put anything romantasy fantasy on here because I'm assuming everything is going to go in that one.
Well, there's a paranormal that I don't know.
Okay, I did put that one on here.
Oh, that was my 21. So.
Okay, to be fair.
I will say I use Goodreads as research, so I feel pretty confident in my list. Unless they like to throw some curveballs, but I'm pretty confident in my list.
Yeah, I will say that we did promise a Frida McFadden episode was going to be our next episode.
Oh, shoot.
But
nope, not going to happen. You didn't read it either, so.
I would have made time.
I had no time. Thank you very much.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fine. We'll do it at some point before the end of the year.
I mean, maybe the next
promise.
one. Like, I'll read it on the plane to Vegas or something. And
it's only 9 hours.
yeah, it's a very short book, so.
Yeah, but I just wanted to throw that out there. But what we're doing in this episode is what?
Well, I was going to explain what the Goodreads Choice Awards was, but go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say in this episode, we did our research separately and we're coming together to see like how much we have in common and what we have differences and all of that stuff.
Yeah. And the only criteria is that it's published in this year. I don't know if they count like November, December of last year, but typically they don't have anything from there. And it has to have like a 3-star rating at least, which is pretty low of an average. I think they need to change that to a 4-star read. And I think they base it on shelves, but I looked at reads.
Okay, interesting. I don't know shit about the Goodreads Choice Awards. It never makes sense to me what's always chosen and what's picked and how they do it. And they took away the like category where you can like, not category, but the part
voting,
where you can like opt in.
It didn't matter. Yeah. You mean where you could vote, like you could put in your write-in and they always like accepted the write-in, but the write-in never won, so it was pointless.
Yeah.
That was a couple years ago.
Yeah, they stopped doing that and that made me mad because they never pick indie stuff.
No, so I don't think, except for like it's a little different because like there's a lot that were indie that are now trad. So
I do have a couple on here. I do have a couple on here that were published trad this year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I know what's going to win. I think there's 2 that are going to be in the running to win, and I will be shocked if they're not on the list.
I don't even know who is going to win. I just pick stuff that I think that's super popular, and I don't even know if that's right. So, but you have a lot more research than I did. At least I have a list. Usually I'm very unprepared.
I said when we decided to do this, I was like, Tori, you need to actually look this up and be ready for this episode. So, okay, what do we want to start?
So I have a list. That's the bare minimum. Do you want me to do my first one or you to do your first one?
Well, what order are we going to go in? Like, just what's on our list or by like what we think is like most likely to win to least likely or vice versa?
I didn't do that. I just wrote down things that I think would be on the like top. I mean, I do think I have like 3 that I think are going to win. But
what do you think the top 3 are? Just give one. And it's probably on my list.
A Funny Story by Emily
That's
Henry.
what I think is going to win. Hasn't she won like every year so far too?
For romance, I think so.
Because she has 650,000 reads on Goodreads. That is the most
funny story.
Just Funny Story. That is the most by a landslide of every single book on this list. So just by like the amount of people who have read the book, this is probably going to win. And I'm not mad because I loved it. So
yeah, it was a great book.
Stars.
Like I gave it 5 stars. I teared up, so it was great.
I love this book, so I would not be mad. What do you think? Okay, what is your number 2 then?
I think it's okay, so I'll do whatever. Abby Jimenez just for the summer.
That's the other one. So I thought it would be between Abby and Emily, but Just for the Summer has 500,000 ratings, which is a lot, but that's still 150,000 less than Funny Story. But I also gave this 5 stars, so I would not be mad. I would really be happy.
Yeah, I gave this one 4.5 stars, so I also would not be mad.
I love this, but I think Abby's always on the list too.
Also, my number 3, which is probably going to throw you for a loop, but I think it's going to be on there this year, is Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
That came out last year.
Oh, I thought it came out this year.
No, that's an old book. It's like 2 or 3 years old.
Damn it.
So nice try. Well, so Cinnamon Bun Bookstore could surprise us.
Well, yes, because that one came out this year, but I feel like I haven't seen like that many people.
But it's been on the
the
bestseller list.
But I think
it's got 22,000 ratings, which is
compared to Emily Henry, no.
But considering it just came out, like that's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Came out at the end of August and it already has 22,000 ratings.
Okay, so what was your other top 3?
Let me look. So one that surprised me, and I'm annoyed that she's always on this list, is Carly Fortune, because like I haven't liked anything I've read by her, but This Summer Will Be Different has 200,000 reads and she's always on the list.
Okay, but I thought that those are not romances, so I didn't.
They are.
I saw that one. I haven't read it,
but these are just very like mainstream romances. So even like the casual romance reader is reading Emily Henry, Abby Jimenez, Carly Fortune. Like that's why they're on there.
True.
Not because like they're amazing. I mean, Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez I think are amazing, but like Carly Fortune I think is like it's in the airports. It's like it's just easily accessible to everybody. It's like everywhere. So no offense to anybody who likes her books. I just haven't loved anything I've picked up.
I haven't read anything because I thought that they weren't romances, so I didn't want to go into it expecting a romance and then be disappointed.
Ooh, but you know what is close to that one in reads, which I was shocked by? Wild Love. That's probably on your list. Is it not on your list?
Oh, I have Wild Eyes.
I think Wild Love was more popular than Wild Eyes.
Now that I think about it, yeah, I do think that it's more, but it's also been out longer, so it has more time to get those reads. Because I did the same thing. I put King of Sloth by Anna Huang instead of The Striker, even though they both come out this year, because by the time like people go to vote and stuff or whatever their criteria is, the first published book. So if you're, but I think that
we're gonna see Elsie and Anna on there, no matter what. Like no matter if it's the new one or the older one. Because I also have King of Sloth on here.
There was a book on an author last year that had 2 books. I don't know if it was the romantasy category,
I think it was Jennifer Armentrout. Like I think she had like 3 books on there too. Like I get very annoyed when people have multiple books on a list. It's very obnoxious. I'm like, you couldn't find any in the like thousands of books published a year to put on that list.
But also like just pick one. Just pick their highest one.
Right.
I don't care that they have 3. Like,
and then it's splitting their votes of their audience too. So now they have no chance of like moving on. Yeah.
So I do find that annoying. But yeah, either Elsie or Anna. Yeah. But Elsie or Anna for sure I think is going to be on the list.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what I was surprised by that I don't know if you would have put on there. Because you read this and I haven't yet. And it blew up the author blew up last year. Leather and Lark?
Oh, I do have that on my list. Yeah.
I almost didn't. And then I saw it on a list and I was like, wait a second.
How many reads does that one have?
121K. Which is
what
like
was that?
121,000. It's not close to Funny Story, but like that's in the top like 6. Which is very surprising. I didn't realize it was that popular.
Well, I think it's because so many people read the first book.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at the ratings of that one.
I mean, I enjoyed the second book, but it wasn't my favorite, like, compared to the first.
There are 3 more I have that are over 100,000 readings. So let me know what you think.
Okay, I think I know what they are.
One I would be surprised if you have on there. Because I completely forget about this author all the time.
Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score.
That's not on my list.
It came out this year, right?
Did it?
I'm pretty sure. It's the purple cover. It's the 3rd book.
Is it?
Yeah.
That was on like no lists I looked at.
Oh no, it came out in September last year.
I was like, I don't think so.
I'm horrible at this.
What did she have did she have any release?
She has Pretend You're Mine. That's a new trad book.
I know, but she had a lot of re-releases, I feel like. So I don't know if she That like dead body one.
What? Oh, The Body in the Backyard, 10,000 ratings.
Yeah, no. So I don't think she had anything like exciting happen.
All right. Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
besides that one, Daydream by Hannah Grace.
I don't have that either.
I was looking at popular. Okay, listen, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna give up, and we're just gonna go on yours if this one didn't come out this year.
No,
I
it
swear to
did.
God.
It did. It's a new release though. Like it just came out. I think that's why I didn't think about it.
Oh, okay. Well, it has 73,000.
Oh, already?
In August.
Okay, you're probably right. So that's one I did not include.
Okay.
Okay, but
Well,
I
that one, I
also
think-
made room for some diverse titles, which I'm hoping they will include. Because you know they don't like to include diverse titles. I have some that I made room for. So that's probably going to be on there. Dang it. What else? You haven't hit my top 3 still, so.
No, I did. We have the same.
No, my other top, like my next 3 that are over 100,000 ratings.
Swift and Saddled?
I do have that, but that only has 71,000. So.
The Paradise Problem, Christina Lauren.
Yes. I've heard they get better now. I just haven't read anything by them recently, but this one has 198,000, which I just think they're another one that's like in Book of the Month and like in airports, like they're everywhere. So people pick up their books. So that's, I think that for sure, but they're on there every year. And the other one is by an author you're literally reading right now or just read. You just told me about before we got on here.
Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have The Bride, but I think that came out last year.
Okay, so no, The Bride came out this year. The Bride was my other one. Is The Bride going to be in romance or are they going to put it in romantasy?
Well, it's not romantasy. Well, it kind of is. It has a fantasy world.
Right. So like, and like, are werewolves and are werewolves in that one? Is it just vampires? Are they werewolves?
She marries a werewolf.
Oh, okay. I don't know. So
It's literally like the Wolf Kingdom and then like the Vampire Kingdom, and they have to like form an alliance. You didn't read this?
not yet.
Oh, I really liked it.
I know. I need to read it. So that's my up in the air of like what list it's going to be on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what list this is going to be on. But I think that we'll see at least one Ali Hazelwood on this list.
Yeah, so now I did read the novella, which is Two Can Play. I actually really enjoyed that novella. Me and Ali Hazelwood don't always like vibe, but now I'm like, do I need to read the Not in Love? Because that's the one you liked, right?
No, I haven't read that one yet.
Which one did you read that you really liked, that you thought was really cute?
Check and
You read
Mate?
it this year. That one.
That's her YA though.
Yes.
So that
But
I don't remember when that came out either. It could have been last year, but
I'm like, do I need to read the Not in Love book?
I mean, I want to. I think Christy said it was super angsty, so.
How many
I would like
ratings
it.
did that one have? Did you
Not
say?
in Love has 141, but Bride has 400,000. So.
Oh. Either category, if Bride isn't on there, I'm going to be very surprised.
Yes. But if it's in Romantasy, guess who's going to be in Romantasy?
I don't know. Who?
When did Sarah J. Maas release? Wasn't that this year?
Oh, it was in January.
Okay,
oh,
I was
she's
like,
gonna
wait.
take the cake.
Or Iron Flame. Was that this year? Ooh, who's going to win between... Was Iron Flame this year or was that last year?
No, it was this. Was it this year?
Oh, no. Iron Flame was last year.
It was December of last year. But they do like the end of the year stuff.
I would be very intrigued to see if Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros won the list together.
And who would win?
Yeah.
Okay, so Iron Flame has 1,389,000 ratings. And it came out November 7th, 2023.
Ooh, I don't know if that counts. I don't know their cutoff date.
And then Crescent City. That one came out January of this year, which I remember. And it has 429,000 ratings.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, on Goodreads. So technically Iron Flame has more.
Like over twice as many reads as Crescent City?
Well, it's the third book.
So Iron Flame's the second.
Oh, that is true. I mean, even Crescent City 1 only has 816,000 ratings.
How did I not know that more people read Rebecca Yarros than Sarah J. Maas?
Fourth Wing has 2,000,000.
Okay, but how much does ACOTAR have?
77,000 ratings. Okay, well
That's the like actual test is ACOTAR because I feel like that's the most popular between all of her books.
Okay, so Court of Thorns and Roses has 3,100,000.
I was like, something is wrong. But A Court of Thorns and Roses has been out years. More.
The second book has 2,356,000.
So Rebecca Yarros is more popular than Sarah J. Maas.
Well, Wings and Ruin has 1,963,000. So even Silver Flames has 1,400,000 ratings. So like I think collectively Sarah J. Maas is beater in ratings.
But that's because she's been around longer. So like give Fourth Wing the chance to be around as long as Sarah J. Maas.
Yeah, but I really honestly think that everyone who's read ACOTAR has already read Fourth Wing, and Fourth Wing is bringing in more people.
I don't know. Like, that is insane now, to me.
The battle of like the romantasy authors. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, we got off topic.
There is one more that I think will be the only indie book on this list.
Only indie?
I have not read it yet. Surprise.
Have I read it?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I don't think I put a lot of indie. I didn't put any indie on here.
It was supposed to be trad and the deal fell through.
Oh, Play Along.
Mm-hmm. Do you know
I thought about putting that one. No, I thought about putting it on there.
1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, good for her.
Yeah. I was shocked. I was like, dang.
I was going to put that, but I was like, oh, it's indie. The deal for trad fell through. I didn't know like how many ratings.
If they
Interesting.
Okay, so now we're down to all of mine that have less than 100,000 ratings. So like they're not going to win, but they could end up on the list.
Yeah. I have like ones that we haven't gone through because we're almost gone through on my whole list. Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto.
That one is one I don't know if they'll include or not. I have that written down as a possibility, but Forget Me Not was not on the list last year.
I thought because it came out. No. I thought it was because it came out in 2022.
I think she's on the cusp. No, it came out last year.
Oh. I thought it came out the end of 2022.
I think it was last year.
Okay.
But she's one that I don't know because she only has 21,000 ratings. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
What else?
I have This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan.
Yes. Me too.
Yeah.
Which was annoying because the first book, Before I Let Go, came out like on the cusp of the award season, so it didn't get into anything, and that was very annoying. So she better be on there.
Yeah.
What else?
I have Unsteady by Peyton Corinne because that was trad published this year.
I don't think enough people read that.
Oh. Okay. I was just going based on popularity, like what I see people talk about, but...
Oh. No. I don't have that.
I was not going on statistics or numbers at all. I do have two authors that I don't know which books that would be on there. So it's Emily Rath and Megan Quinn.
I don't have either of them on here.
I just didn't know if they had a book because I haven't read any of their new stuff this year. But I know Emily Rath was like super popular.
They do have new stuff, but like did Emily Rath's new books do like exceedingly well?
I don't know.
Well, it was I think the first one was actually on one of the lists, wasn't it? She's been on a list before.
Oh, yeah, the first book, definitely, because it was so popular. But I don't know if that was when it was trad or indie. I don't remember.
And I don't know if they count republishing of trad books.
They should.
So I don't know. Because it technically
that's on my list.
Year. And I didn't have any Megan Quinn because I didn't see any of hers. And I don't know what's trad versus indie for her either.
But that's all. My list.
Oh, that's it?
I did pretty good.
God, you missed a lot. So you missed Elle Kennedy.
Oh, yes.
We have the Dixon
You're
Roll.
right.
Elle Kennedy is usually on the list.
How many does that one have?
77,000. She also had one of her like Girl Abroad books, which I don't think did as well, but the Dixon Roll definitely did. You also missed, this is surprising, but Tessa Bailey.
Fangirl Down.
That one did pretty well.
I thought about putting that on there, but I was like, I don't know if that's been like super popular.
It has 80,000 ratings. So it's like sitting in the middle. I think it's because it was like on Book of the Month, I think. And like, if it's a Book of the Month book, the like likelihood it's going to be on this list like goes very high. One, I'm not sure. Oh, Cara Bastone, who I did not love the book I read by her. And her new one is Surprise Pregnancy. So I'm not going to read it because I'm not interested. But she is very popular.
Is she romance?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So Ready or Not, I've seen everywhere. Also, Annabelle Monaghan. Summer Romance that I read.
Is that summer romance?
Yes. I've seen this everywhere, and it has 62,000 ratings, which I feel like makes it a contender. This one, though, is the cusp of like romance women's fiction.
See, this is honestly what blows my mind is like, yes, I've seen a lot of people, like more like lifestyle people who pick up that book, which is totally fine. And that's great. I'm glad they're picking it up. But I'm like, the amount of like, I feel like popular books, like if you're in Book Talk or in Bookstagram or in BookTube, like I could think of a million other books that I feel like are more popular and like well-loved.
But these are like mainstream, like not social media people reading these, I feel like.
Oh, 100%. They use Goodreads just to like keep track of their shit. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It just blows my mind. But I did see that one on list when I was looking up stuff of like.
And another one that I don't like, I DNF'd it. But it'll probably be on there because it was also one that was like pushed by a lot, like Book of the Month and stuff, is How to End a Love Story.
By who?
I don't remember the author, but I like tried to read it.
Oh, the pink cover.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think it also wasn't like super, super romance heavy, but he had to like run over her sister. But her sister, her sister died by suicide by jumping in front of his car. And so like her family blames him for the death. And now they're like grown. It's been like years and they have to work together now. I didn't like it. So it has 75,000 ratings. So a lot of people read it. So, but I don't know the average ratings. I think it has over a 3.5 star. Lauren Asher usually ends up on this list, but I don't know if Love Unwritten did that well. It has 50K, which seems I mean, if you think about 50,000 people reading a book, like that's insane. But in the grand scheme of the list,
yeah,
I feel like it's on the cusp.
Yeah, which is weird because I'm a huge Lauren Asher fan and I wasn't like pushed to pick up that book this year.
I still haven't read it.
I've literally read everything that she's published except that book.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Except because that's like, I picked up that book when I went to Barnes & Noble. It is a thick bitch. Okay?
I know.
It is
There's that
huge. And I'm like really intimidated by that. So.
And then I'm shocked this isn't on your list. What is one that you loved this year that I also haven't read yet? That's trad. That everybody loves, especially for spooky season. Except for this book, which isn't spooky. But her other books have to deal with like death and stuff.
Wisteria?
No, that's romantasy. Ashley Poston. Come on.
Okay. No, okay. A Novel Love Story, I gave 4 stars.
Okay. But
I liked it,
so
but I
popular.
like her other books more. I forgot about it, actually.
Okay. I still haven't read it yet.
How many ratings? How much ratings does that have?
52,000. Which again is like amazing in the grand scheme of things, but like for this list, it's kind of like maybe it'll make it, maybe not. Because you can't really compare 50,000 to 600,000. So we all know that Emily Henry's gonna win, but who else might
based
make
on the
this
numbers?
list?
Yes.
And then I have 2 that I would love to see make the list, but I don't know if they will. And I didn't look up the numbers for this one because I started looking up numbers after I put this on the list. But A Love Song for Ricky Wilde.
Okay, I thought that came out in 2023.
It was on a bunch of lists when I was looking it up for 2024.
Well, it was on the same list that Lucy Score was, so.
Oh.
Then when I looked it up, the love song for what?
A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. Because I think 7 Days in June was on one of the lists. I have not read this yet, but I loved 7 Days in June.
I want to read 7 Days in June.
By Tia Williams.
Yeah. Oh, it is 25. Okay, it came out February this year.
Okay, so it has 25,000, which is on par with some of these. Like, that's the same as This Could Be Us, and that's the same as Not Another Love Song. So, like, it could sneak in there. And I feel like it was popular enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see Tia Williams on the list.
I do kind of want to do depending on what books come out on the list, to like reading all of them. Because I remember last year when that list actually came out, I was like, I'm not reading these fucking books. I'm mad at some of these books are on there. But if there's like 5 or 6 that I haven't read and a good chunk that I have read.
So many I haven't gotten to yet. So.
Well, yeah, you're really far behind. Sorry about that.
But we'll see. We'll see. So there's that one. And then the last one is just me hoping that there's going to be some queer representation on this list. And because I don't think any of them we've talked about are queer. Late Bloomer by Maisie Eddings, I think, has a good potential of being one of them.
What about The Pairing?
I don't know, because that just came out. And I don't think
Because
I've
Casey
seen...
McQuiston usually does like a YA. She'll have something on the YA list.
Yeah. Oh, so it has 17,000 and it came out in August. And Maisie Eddings only has 9,000. But like, I just really liked Late Bloomer so much. And I feel like we never get Sapphic rep on any of these lists. So
Yeah.
I would really
either
like
one
to
of
see
those.
Late Bloomer. Yeah. I mean, we should have more than 1 out of 20 being a queer romance on this list, but that's another
The pairing is Sapphic.
Is it? Does say they're 2 bisexual exes, but Kit uses the pronouns his.
Oh, okay,
So-
okay. Do you think Megan Brandy will get up there with her new book?
No.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen a lot of
didn't put
people
that on
reading
there.
it?
Yeah, I have on TikTok, but like I did not like it.
It has 7,000 ratings. I mean, it
Okay,
came
right.
out
It literally just came out
2 weeks
so.
ago, so I don't know. I don't know if that's popular enough. I don't know. Like, I don't know how they choose of like what's come out or not. So, are there any of the popular romanticy you think we'll see?
Obviously, Sarah J. Maas.
Obviously.
For sure. I think Phantasma is going to be on there.
I would be surprised if that wasn't. Oh, and I wonder if they would put Quicksilver on there.
Ooh, because it got picked up.
Yeah.
If they do not put it on this year, they need to put it on next year because it's going to be tried published next year. But I don't know if
But
a
like the
republish
hype
counts.
was this year. Like,
Oh,
it's still in the top
100%.
15 on Amazon.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that one, Lights Out, is a dark romance, and I don't know if that one's going to get up there because it was picked up this year.
That's true.
But it has been making its rounds lately.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll see any other. Did H.G. Carlton publish this year?
She did I think the Where's Molly one.
Oh, the novella.
Ooh, Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole that just released this year. Trad, so I don't know if that'll be on there.
It gets so complicated because I was like, does it count if it re-releases?
Yeah, I also don't know if JLA's because she only released the Flesh and Fire series.
Yeah.
The spinoff. She only released a
I know,
book
but she's always
or
on
two.
the list.
I mean, I don't see many people talking about that, but I think that might be on there.
Yeah.
I wonder if Zodiac Academy will. The new book.
That would be interesting. I feel like also when they made the romanticy category, there were, so you know how we have like 10 that are over 100,000 ratings on here? Romanticy, it was like 2 and the rest had like 10,000. So I don't know if it's fair having like a whole other category for romanticy when like so many popular books are in one category and it's not as widely read in the other.
But then you get people that get pissed off when they put them in the fantasy category. If you put like
Yeah,
Sarah
that's
J.
a
Maas
fantasy
in this-
problem. They just need to get over themselves. So
yes,
because they're mad
they do.
that Sarah J. Maas wins every year in the fantasy category. Okay, but it's fantasy. Like, why do we have to just separate fantasy and romanticy? That's a whole other discussion, but it just makes fantasy people mad because romance obviously dominates the industry. Like, there's no question about it. So why are they getting mad?
Yes. I will say in fantasy, one thing that I think is going to be on there is Trust of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson because he's released this year.
Yeah, but
That
do you
released
think
this
that
year.
Sarah J. Maas will still beat Brandon Sanderson if they're put up against each other?
I don't think Trust of the Emerald Sea will beat it, but I think that if Sarah J. Maas releases in 2026, because Brandon Sanderson is having a release in December, which will put him in next year's category, that if a new
You
ACOTAR
think that a
and or
new
Crescent City,
ACOTAR and a new Way of Kings book, Brandon Sanderson's going to win?
I don't know if they'll win. It'll be really close because their fan bases are like, both of them are ride or die, especially for those series. Like
Yes.
Trust of the Emerald Sea, it's more of a spinoff, so it's like, whatever. But the Way of King bros, they're like,
But
they're
the
up there with-
ACOTAR book talk people,
I mean, it's like a
that would be
different type of
so
thing.
interesting to see, though.
Yeah.
But then the Brandon Sanderson people are gonna ride. So, and that's the difference, though, is like the fantasy people get mad, but the romantasy people don't, because it's not that big of a deal. Like, okay, so if Sarah J. Maas and Brandon Sanderson went up against each other, the Brandon Sanderson people would get livid if Sarah J. Maas won. If Brandon Sanderson won, Sarah J. Maas fans would be like, okay.
No, I think they'd be mad.
No, I don't think so. That they would, because they respect Brandon Sanderson as a fantasy author, but his readers do not respect Sarah J. Maas as a fantasy author.
Yes. Of that, then yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, obviously they'll want her to win, but they won't be like, "This is trash. You shouldn't have won." They'd be like,
that's
"Okay,
not a real
like
fantasy book."
You are a fantasy book."
Yes, that part. Yes,
But that's a
yes.
whole other discussion about how people don't take romance seriously.
Yeah. that was a good one. That was fun.
Yeah.
Are you actually going to read them though if they come out? Like when the list comes out?
I don't know, because I never have time. And then I'm like, do I want to waste my time reading books that I probably won't like? Like, I'm probably not going to love the Christina Lauren, or like if Tessa Bailey's on there, like Carly Fortune, do I really want to read? Like, no, I wouldn't have picked it up anyways. So I'm just being honest. Like, don't I want to read books that I think will be 5 stars? Wouldn't you rather me pick up Chloe Walsh instead of those books?
I want you to pick up a lot of fucking books. Okay?
Exactly. So I need to, because I've done that before, and I just feel like I waste my time because they're books like I haven't picked up for a reason. For most of them, like half of them, I would say I still want to read. Like I haven't read Ashley Poston. I am proud of myself though for having read like Funny Story Just for the Summer and like those ones that are.
Okay,
really
so
popular.
based on your numbers, really quickly, go from top to bottom.
So
and we'll
number
say
one,
if we've read them or
Funny
not.
Story. Yes,
We've read.
We both read them. Number 2 is Just for the Summer. We both
We've read.
If Bride is on there, that's number 3, which I have not read, but you have. This Summer Will Be Different, which neither of us have read. And then The Paradise Problem, neither of us have read. Not in Love by Allie Hazelwood, which neither of us have read.
But I may want to.
Leather and Lark.
Oh, I have
Which
read.
you read. I have not. Not in Love. Oh, I already said Not in Love. Play Along, which you have read, but I have not. Oh, sorry. I skipped Wild Love. Did I say Wild Love?
No, not yet.
Wild Love was after Paradise Problem, so that's before Allie Hazelwood.
Okay.
So we did read that. Sloth.
Okay.
Which we both have read. And then that's the only ones that are over 100,000. Because the next would be Fangirl Down.
Oh, but I have read that one.
Oh, you read Fangirl Down?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, because I got the Afterlight book, and so I was like, oh, I can get the audiobook from Libro FM because it was on Libro FM.
What did you
I
rate
listened
it?
to it? 3.5.
Oh. See, but then I'm like, am I going to read a 3.5 book just for a video?
True.
And then we have Dixon Rule, which I read. Did you read Dixon Rule? L. Kennedy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Swift and Saddled, which I haven't read.
I have read that one.
How to End a Love Story, which I DNF'd.
No,
Summer
I have no
Romance,
desire reading that. No. But
which
you
I
read
did
that one.
read. Yeah.
What'd you give it?
4 stars.
Oh, okay.
It was fine. This could be Yes.
No, I've read.
And then I think a love song for Ricky Wilde. And then Not Another Love Story. And then Late Bloomer. In the order that they are on here.
Yeah.
Oh, but I didn't include Daydream because that's probably going to be on there. But
Oh, yeah. I haven't read that one. Okay, I've read, I want to say like 60% of those books.
yeah. I probably read like 40% of them. I don't know if I've read half of them.
So between Daydream and Lauren Asher too, that might skew it if they put those two on there. No, you
That's
said you
50.
didn't have her written down. But yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll just see. It's probably not going to happen for me, but
Well, Jess will always do a video like reacting to them. So
yeah. And I wanted to
her.
do one talking about my predictions, but
I mean, you could totally do that. You have a different audience. I mean,
that's true. And it's
Don't
different,
think
like
you've
us
said
talking
everything.
about because you said different things than I did. So
that's true.
yeah.
Very true. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was a fun episode.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're listening on Apple or Podcast or Spotify, leave us a rating. Tell us what you thought of the podcast. What is the emoji?
Is there a good emoji for Funny Story?
I don't even have the cover. I don't even remember what it looks like.
He has a
Blue.
winery.
Then do a wine glass.
Yeah.
A red wine glass. Even
Is
though
there
none of
a
us,
wine glass?
both of us don't drink. Yeah,
No.
there is.
I know there's grapes, aren't there? Yeah, leave a wine
You can
glass
do grapes
for
or a wine glass.
Funny
whichever
Story.
one.
That's the only thing I
Yeah.
remember about. No, she's a librarian, but I feel like that's books. It's too boring to leave as an emoji. Talk about
Do a
books.
wine glass.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
As always, no, that's my exit. Hold on, what do I
As
say?
always.
As always, thank you so much for watching. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed our Bookish Life, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.